So now that Donald Trump, even though he swears he's never going to concede, even though he has now given the green light for the transition, which has been taking place for a couple of days now, Joe Biden is officially receiving the president's daily briefing. So he's getting the same intelligence that Donald Trump is getting. It's over. We all know it's over. He has no evidence of voter fraud to show. It's done. Nevertheless, Donald Trump is still possibly going to run for president again in 2024. Here's the problem he has. And actually, shockingly enough, as I mentioned in a video the other day, 47% of people in this country actually support that idea. That'll change, though. It'll change because the goodwill he has from Republicans right now will disappear. They will latch on to the next, demagogue that shows up through the day. But here's the thing. What he is doing right now is absolutely going to come back to bite him. See, he was able to succeed, rise to the top, essentially, of the 2015 Republican presidential field because he knew how to attack each and every one of his opponents. He knew their weaknesses, and if he didn't, he would just keep talking over them until they got flustered enough to mess up. That wouldn't happen again in a 2024 Republican primary. Instead, what they would do is they would bring up this, however long, it's been at least 3 weeks now, temper tantrum, and it could be longer than that. They would bring up this massive temper tantrum that the president threw following the 2020 election and throw that back into his face and use it to paint him as weak, as denying reality. Essentially, everything that we have been saying for the last few weeks, these Republican candidates who want desperately so very badly to be president, they will be able to use every bit of this against him. Rudy Giuliani's bizarre press conference, Sidney Powell's appearance at the press conference, those images and sound bites will be used in ads attacking Donald Trump. So when I tell people I'm not worried about Trump running again in 2024, it's because of things like that. You think the Lincoln Project isn't cataloging each and every one of these as much as I hate the Lincoln Project? I guarantee you they are. Like, they've got them ready to go. And depending on how much money they have, they may just run them for the hell of it over the next 4 years. Who knows? But the longer Trump is out there throwing these very public tantrums, the worse it is for him. That's a very difficult thing to walk back. Not to mention the fact Trump would be 78 by the time the next election rolls around. He's already in very poor health as it is right now. I just don't see it happening. And if it does, I think it would be a disaster for him because you have some very ambitious Republicans who feel like they might be running out of time. People like Ted Cruz looking for a little bit of vengeance against Trump. And yeah, they're ready to use this 3+ week long temper tantrum against him if he decides to throw his hat back in the ring again.